following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing where every man in my thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your one I wanna be. Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Star's.
Hey ho, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We got a great show for you guys today. I'm extremely excited about it. Before we get started though, let's talk to our cool, outrageous man about town, Mr. Ron Russell, who's under the weather, everybody.
No, I died. This is the corpse of Ron Russell reporting for work. I have no voice. Isn't that wonderful? A talk show host without a voice. That's like a guy in a sex movie, sex star without a penis. Anyway, we'll make do what we can. Snots may pour out of my nose. I may cough up disgusting phlegm. It may hit the camera. It'll look like the glob. But that's okay. We can deal with it.
That's right. So what's up?
Jimmy's going to take over most of the show when my voice goes completely.
I'm super excited, you guys. We have KateLynn Newberry coming on. Ron and I met her at Halloween Hotness this year, and she just starred in a movie. They just got finished filming, I believe, with John Wells, who we had on about a month ago. Everybody loved him because he's super cute. And then we have Sharni Vinson coming on, who, after like Molly Ringwald's probably like my favorite actress on the planet. And I'm super duper excited to have her on. And she lives in Australia, you guys, so she's going to be calling in from Australia. And it'll be 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow for her. But I'm super excited that she's coming on. So it's going to be a fun show. It's going to be a great show. Chat room is starting to fill up. We want to say hi. Lady Lake Music is in the chat room. Hey, Cindy. Stefan Bell's in the chat room. Rob Saw is in the chat room. You guys, I don't know if he's been in our chat room too many times, but he's a good friend of ours from social media and works with us on projects. So, hey, Rob, it's nice to see you. And everything should be really good today and a lot of fun.
The reason I'm wearing pink, because I look dead. So I figured the pink will give me some color and make me look alive.
I thought you did that for me.
Shut up. Don't interrupt me. I'm not in the mood because I'm going to have to pluck your eyes out.
Yeah.
I'll pluck them right out and I'll use them for marbles. Now, the sunglasses are not to look cool. The sunglasses are because my eyes are swollen and the big lights here, the studio lights hurt. So that's why I don't want you to think I'm some conceited profiling old demented person.
Nobody thinks that anyway.
I did what?
Nobody thinks that anyway.
Nobody. I thought you said they all think that. Anyway, I just don't feel good. I've been sick all week long. I get this every year. I don't know why. It must be the bug whatever the germ is, it must live inside of me. And every November it comes out for Thanksgiving. It does. It comes out. It says, okay, it's Thanksgiving, turkey time. I'm going to come out and make Ron sick. And, the show goes on, baby, no matter how sick you are. That's the omen. Omen, is that the right word? Omen that we take. No, it doesn't work. Omen? Mm-hmm. My brain's not functioning. I have pus and snot all around my brain. So I'm not functioning today.
That's okay.
But we went, about 3,000 of us went to the Rainbow Room. For those of you who don't know what the Rainbow Room is, it's a club on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood that started years ago with all the great rock groups. So every rock and roller has eaten in there, and their pictures are all over the place, and it's very, very, very... Well, after the red carpet event that we went to for our friend Dave, for his movie, Chiquita.
Dave the Cicada.
Dave the Cicada, which was bugs. we all went to the Rainbow. That's probably where I got sick. Everybody's kissing and spitting on me. I'm sitting down there. They're coming up, kissing me, grabbing me, spitting on me, sticking their tongues in my ear. I mean, what the hell is going on here? Really, this is how come you get sick. When I'm in Palm Springs, I don't go near people. Jimmy knows that. I don't shake hands. And I excuse myself. I said, excuse me, but there's a thing going around and I'm not shaking your hand because people's, that's how you get sick. Anyway, you could do everything known to man to prevent getting sick. And in the end, you'll still get sick. So fuck it. What's the point? What's the point in knocking yourself out, right, Jim?
That's right. But we had a very good time.
You had a wonderful time. Dave's movie, by the way, only if you're a little bit nutty and you like bugs, which I don't care for bugs. It wasn't exciting for me because I'm not a bug lover. But those of you who love bugs and want to see bugs eating people's flesh, this is the movie for you.
Actually, it was fun, you guys, and the movie's got several people who are friends of ours in it, so that made it fun.
And Dave, this is his first movie. He financed it himself, he wrote it himself, he directed it, and he starred in it. So that's a lot of work. And edited it. So to do an entire movie, one man, that's incredible. Because those of you who have been around a movie set know how many people are involved in making a movie. A major film can have up to 150 people or more working on a film. And he had, Dave Bailey did it all himself. And I was very, very proud of him and proud of his film. So, see, it's kind of fun. It's a film I'd like to see in my living room with friends. So we could goof on it and say, look at that one getting eaten. Look at the worm. You know how you do when you watch movies, you make fun of them, but in a nice way, not in a bad way.
Yeah, it was fun, you guys. In the Rainbow Room, like half the people eating there still look like they lived in the 80s. Everybody was there, like every major rock star.
There's about 300 people in the Rainbow Room. And we had a 30-foot table. Our table was 30 feet long just to accommodate our friends. And some of our friends were on other tables as well. So I guess if you ran those tables, it was a 100-foot table.
It was a lot.
A lot of people. Too many people spitting, snotting, touching.
It's an iconic place for anybody who likes rock and roll. It really is a very cool place.
But if you're working in a movie, don't go there because you'll get sick.
And it's a great place for an after party for people to hang out. Not so great for people to eat dinner. We all ate, which made it hard because the table was so long, so you couldn't talk to people at the other end. But everybody was getting up and walking around and talking to everybody and hugging everybody.
Oh, it was disgusting.
And almost all the people eating, especially inside, we ate outside because inside we didn't have a reservation and it was full.
There was so many kisses on my cheek. I had spit dripping down my face.
There was so many people inside, and they all have all the hairband like Poison. It looked like a Poison reunion, and it was really, really cool. And it is probably one of the most iconic places to go in LA for rock music.
Yeah, it's right next to the Roxy. So most people go to the Roxy party, and then they go next door to the Rainbow to eat. And then it's down the road from the Whiskey A Go-Go. So that's for those of you who don't know LA. It's like the rock center of all the cool people.
Yeah, and all cool people are playing there, like a lot of cool bands all the time playing all those places. And we have friends who play in those places. Yeah. In the Whiskey, we have our friend Daniel DeCrisio is playing.
He's going to be there in January. I was sitting there, and the bill blew up, right? And it hit me in the face and stuck there because of all the spit from the kisses I was getting. So I had to peel this wet bill off my face.
But anyway, we had a really good time, and we met some fun people at the show. Some of the people are coming on our show in a couple of weeks. Yep. And we met Kevin Kepi, and he's the Smile guy in the Smile movie, which is like one of the biggest horror movies of the last couple of years. And so he's going to be coming on. And we saw Jennifer James and Ming, and we're starting work on the film Red River soon.
Yep.
And so it was just a lot of fun to see everybody.
And then after that, they're going to do O Negative, which I'm excited about because I star in that movie, and that I'm proud of. And I play a gay vampire, not a faggy one, not a Sissy Mary kind, just a regular person who's gay. And his daughter doesn't know it, and then she finds out. and he then teaches her how to be a vampire, and he takes her to an enchanted land. It's a wonderful script. It's like no vampire movie you've ever seen before. It's not like, I'm Count Dracula, I come to suck your blood. It's not that kind of stuff. It's just very, it's wonderful. And you're going to like what I do with it because I play it like no one has ever played a vampire before.
There you go.
So I can't wait to do that film. I'm excited about it. And I'm in Red River also, but I'm a cameo. I did it for Jess, and for Ming.
Jen and Ming.
Jen. Yeah. You can't go by me today because snots are pouring down the back of my nose.
That's right. So first we're going to be doing Red River, you guys, and then we're doing a movie called Saving Paradise.
Which I'm in also, and I play a soap opera star, and possibly Joan Collins might be my wife if they can get her. Wouldn't that be fun? I'd love to work with Joan Collins.
I want to give a shout out to Cindy Ladylake, too, because Saving Paradise is a film that only came about because of her. It was actually her idea and concept. She came to me. We put it together. We got Jennifer James involved, and has developed into a huge project.
James is an incredible director.
Yes.
Probably one of the best. And I am so excited to work with her on 2 films, or 3 films or more with her, I think.
They said you look like you've been in Vegas all week gambling.
I wish.
With the glasses, you look so cool.
I wish. No, I was in bed blowing my nose all week. No, snots were flying all over the place. I had to clean them off the walls, the windows, the drapes. The snots were just dripping all over.
It's so much fun.
We should make a movie about snot.
No, a giant snot that eats people.
No, about a guy that's sick and he blows snots out his nose, and the snots become people and they kill. So then the movie would be The Killer Snot. Killer Snots.
Somebody you watch. Now you just gave that. Somebody who listens to the show in a year, you're going to see this movie.
You're going to see a movie, Killer Snots, about a guy laying in bed, blowing his nose, and the snots are hitting the wall, and the snots are coming alive. Some people that vomit if you mention the word snots. I don't know why.
I love it.
It's not, when I was young, a little kid, in school, there was this kid, Tommy, and he used to lick his snots. His snots would be dripping down his lip, and he'd be like, oh. I don't know how talented he was. My tongue never went up there. But anyway, he used to lick his own snots.
That's nice. That was a pleasant thing. Anyway.
People get nauseous from snots. I don't. I pick my nose, I roll them, and then I throw them at Jimmy. I'm just a bad boy.
You gotta love it.
I'm just a very bad boy.
So we want to thank everybody for tuning in every week. I have a couple of different announcements. Number one, for all you music fans who always are asking me, who do I recommend? I found a new artist. His name is Livingston. He's not new. He's been around. I guess he's British or something. But I saw a video of his on TikTok. He's really, really good. So if you want to check out new music, check out Livingston. The song I liked was Glow, but then I went and bought his whole album because it's really good. We have thrown our ring into the horror magazine competition, and we have launched a brand new website called darkfrights.com. Dark Frights is going to be the hottest horror news from all around the globe. Please check it out. Sign up for the email list, and eventually we're going to turn it into a Dark Frights convention and Dark Frights all kinds of stuff. So this is just launching. We've only been up for a couple of days, but please check it out. It's darkfrights.com. Yes.
How do they check it out? Where are they going to find it?
I just told them, darkfrights.com. Yeah.
That's for the people that know how to do these.
Everybody knows how to do it.
No. Listen, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
So you go to your computer and plug in Google and type in darkfrights.com and it will come up.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes, everybody loves it because all the people in the chat room have already been to it.
I haven't because I'm not in it, so I'm not interested.
Yeah, what do you mean you're not in it? All your news is going to be in it about all your movies and stuff.
I'm going to be in that magazine?
Yeah, of course you're going to be in it.
Oh, I love it. I'm going to watch it.
Anyway, we also want to thank everybody for tuning in. Please listen to us on Red Circle, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, TuneIn, and Amazon Prime.
And your cell phone. He never says that. You can watch us.
Well, you have to listen to it on one of those things. They're all on your. Every one of those.
I know
things
that,
is on
but you
your
can
cell
watch
phone.
us on your cell phone. So, like if you're in a public toilet and you're seated, watch us while you do your business.
Yes. So then I want to we're going to take a quick music break just because I got to see if I can email our guest to make sure she's coming because I don't see her in the studio.
Who you playing?
So here we're going to play. We don't have a video for this, so we're just going to play the song because I want to plug David Martinez because he has a brand new Christmas song that we're going to be playing on the show once we get a little bit closer to Christmas. He's a great friend of everybody of the show and everybody who supports the show. His name is David Martinez. The name of the song is Fast and Hard. So enjoy it, and we'll be back in
Fast and Hard. That reminds me of somebody I know.
Enjoy, everybody. Fast and Hard by David Martinez.
It's very fast and some.
On our feet when the music began, singing along, clapping our hands, swaying around and doing our dance. You and I were there, drinking wine, Springsteen concert, hot summer night, in mini skirt with your low neckline. We fell fast and we fell hard, we were dancing in the dark, we were blinded by the light. Turn me on, I'm on fire, too hungry, I fell fast. Fast and hard. When the music ended, we sat, talked for a while, and we laughed. I knew I had to take a chance before I could use my best line. You already knew what was on my mind. It's either your place or mine. We fell fast and we fell hard. We were dancing in the dark. We were blinded by the light. Turn me on, I'm on fire. Too hungry, I fell fast. Fast and hard. Oh baby, we fell fast and we fell hard. Wild child, you were born to run. These glory days are far from done. We fell fast and we fell hard. We were dancing in the dark. We were blinded by the light. Turn me on, I'm on fire. Too hungry, I fell fast, fell fast, fell fast. We fell fast, we fell hard. We were dancing in the dark. We were blinded by the light. Turn me on, I'm on fire. Too hungry, I fell fast. Fast and hard.
All right, everybody, that was Fast and Hard by David Martinez. Look for his new Christmas song called Christmas in Corpus Christi. It's coming out soon. Like I said, he's been on our show. He works with Lady Lake Music. He's a really, really great performer, and we're looking forward to playing this Christmas song.
Really annoyed. On the break, with the music break, Jimmy said to me, and I swear to God, this is not a put up or a lie, he said, you got a bugger hanging out of your right nostril. So I tried to get the bugger out, and I couldn't find it. Booger. Snot. I come from Brooklyn. It's a snot. So what does he do? He starts picking my nose to get the snot out. And I said,
I used a tissue.
And I said, wait, let's wait till we're on camera. Nobody, I've never seen a talk show host in my life have his nose picked by somebody else on the air. It would have been.
He was trying to get it, and he wasn't getting it.
It would have been a first. Jimmy picking my nose. I love it.
It was fun anyway.
Just to complete the whole snot section.
Yeah, just the whole snot
the snot segment.
All right, so now we're going to bring on our first guest. I believe she's in the studio. I can see her name written up there. So let's bring her in, Juan. Hey, KateLynn, how you doing?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Oh, good. We can really hear you. So let me ask you a question. Are you on a phone?
I am on a phone. I couldn't get my computer to work.
Is there a way to turn it sideways?
Oh, God, I'm upside down. No?
No, because I thought maybe the picture will go wide with it. Because a lot of times on the phones, if you turn it sideways, the picture will go wide with it.
Let me see.
There we go. Yeah. Now you're big like we are.
You know what? You look like you could be one of my relatives. You could have been my daughter.
I'm from New York, but I'm from Buffalo.
You look like me. I'm old now, but I'm serious. You look like me.
I'm from New York originally.
So maybe you and your mother had an affair. I don't know. You think you're my daughter?
Ask her.
You're really pretty. I hope you are my daughter.
Hold on, everybody. Let me introduce her. All right, you guys. Now we want.
Where are you from in New York?
Buffalo, originally.
That's not really New York.
It's basically Canada, honestly.
Buffalo is Canada.
I know.
New York is Brooklyn. You have to be from Brooklyn to be a New Yorker.
Yeah, no, Buffalo is Canada.
I have friends up in Buffalo, and they said, why don't you come up and visit? And I think it was October, and I went up in a blizzard.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And I said, what in the hell is this? A blizzard in October? In New York, it's still warm. They said, no, up here it gets cold. I said, cold?
So let me introduce her. All right, everybody, now I want to introduce to you all KateLynn Newberry. Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. I know you met Ron at Halloween Hotness.
Yeah.
We want to welcome you to the show. We also have a chat room with a bunch of people in it, so just say hi to the chat room to everybody.
Hi, all.
How gorgeous you are. And
forgive me, I'm sick. I have a very bad flu, so that's why I'm with the sunglasses and all this shit. I'm dying. I'm only here for you guys.
Thank you for being here.
I was in bed right now. I wish I was in bed.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, really? I mean,
so you guys basically. We were at Halloween Hotness, and we were talking to the Hall brother and John Wells, and we saw this beautiful girl dressed in this like sexy cowboy outfit.
Right.
And we went over and met her, and ends up
looking too much.
And it ends up that she's an actress, and she's been in a lot of stuff. And she was filming at that time a movie with John Wells, who had been on our show like 2 weeks before Halloween Hotness. Great guy.
He was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Are you single?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
I don't care. She could take him away from whoever he's with.
No, it's okay. I prefer to stay that way.
Listen, when I met Jimmy, he was in a 23-year relationship, 25-year relationship.
That's a long time.
He dumped the trick for me.
Well...
So,
things got old.
Just because somebody's with somebody doesn't mean it's going to be forever.
So anyway, you guys, we met KateLynn. She was super fun at the event. She's been in tons of stuff. I actually went on your IMDb, to look at different things that we could talk about. And I'm surprised because you really haven't been doing this. Like everybody else has been doing this for 25 years or whatever. Like it looks like your IMDb started about 10 years ago.
She looks 20.
I've done about 100 movies in 10 years. It's been crazy.
And she has 10 of them in post-production right now. She's done, in the last 2 years, she's done 20 movies. So good for you. Number one, congratulations.
Thank you.
Freaking awesome. So I want to ask you, do you enjoy horror movies? You haven't only done horror, but you're doing a lot of horror now. Did you like horror movies growing up? Is that something that you would watch if you weren't in them?
So my favorite movie in the world is the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, I love that too.
Yeah,
I love that.
I will. Anytime it's on, I will watch it. Frankenfurter is my favorite character ever. So I think I just like to make anything that's like a little bit strange. I'm really into that, but I really love to make movies where I'm like covered in blood. So, but I know, weird, right?
She likes that.
Oh, you like
Yeah.
it? I
Yeah,
don't.
she likes to be covered in blood.
I tell them, do not get blood in my hair because it turns pink.
Yeah, no, it will. See, I don't have that problem because I have dark hair, but anytime I see somebody with light hair get blood in their hair, I'm like, oh my God, that's going to stain.
That stuff is poisonous.
Yeah.
Fake blood.
I used to live in Florida, and when I lived in Florida, I was invited to an Elton John concert by Elton John. And when I went there, in the VIP section with me of all the people Elton John invited was Meatloaf. And so I got to actually talk to Meatloaf about the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And he was super duper cool. So I had a really great time with the whole thing. But I think that's and then we've been on the show 17 years, and that's usually a question I ask everybody more towards the end. And nobody has ever said Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Hands down, favorite movie. Hands down.
Do you do the things? Like, do you go to it? Did you ever go to it?
I dress up like Frankenfurter.
I do. I have gone to about maybe 30 performances because I took my children. Imagine a father taking them to Rocky Horror.
Well, that's how I saw it the first time. I was 7, and I watched it with my mother.
My kids love throwing the toilet, the rice. We did the whole thing. Hey, no neck. I loved it. I think it's the most fun evening is to go to the Rocky Horror Show with friends.
I agree.
A little loaded. And it is right? Isn't it a blast? I agree with you.
I live in Georgia. I live in Atlanta, and they play it every Friday with like a cast. It's really cool.
Oh, with a cat. You live in Atlanta now?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you lived here someplace.
No, I'm in Atlanta. I was just out there filming, and then I had a premiere right after I wrapped that movie.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, so how do you like living in Atlanta?
I've lived here. I moved here like 6 months before the pandemic, which was really ideal timing on my part. But I love it.
I think because there's so much stuff going on. Atlanta is basically the new Hollywood.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff.
It's happening. It really is.
I really enjoyed my time in Los Angeles, though. I had a lot of fun while I was there because I was there for about 2.5 weeks filming and doing premiere stuff, and I had a lot of fun.
So what movie premiered? What movie did you premiere?
I was in I had a very small part in the new Clint Eastwood movie, Juror Number 2.
Yes. Okay, that's a big. That's cool though that you got to go to the premiere because
it was super cool.
Cool. Tony Collette, J.K. Simmons, Leslie Bibb, Kiefer Sutherland, all super A-list people.
You photograph very young.
I do?
Yes, which is a blessing.
We don't know how old she is either.
No. I saw her in person, and in person she looks older than she does on camera, which is wonderful.
I'm also wearing way less makeup today, so that could.
That'll keep you young. You were made up.
Yeah, I had a lot of makeup on that day.
Makeup ages people.
Yeah.
But right now you look about 21 years old.
Yeah, I think you look really young too.
Very sweet of you to say.
No, it's not sweet. It's money, darling, money.
Yeah, you work for a long. He's 84, so
stop at that 84.
No, he's still making money because he doesn't look 84.
Right, I'm still working, still making money.
What are you?
Because I don't.
Big 25.
I don't look 84.
Yeah,
no, I'm 84, but I play 55 and 60.
I love that.
So there's a better range there. If I had to play 84, very few roles for a great-great-grandfather.
I wouldn't guess you were 84.
Yeah, see, that's good. Nobody does.
No, but 84 is money. I mean, your age, you're looking young as money.
Thank you.
I'm a little happy from the shit I've been taking for this cold.
I love it. So you've done a bunch of first of all, that was a good one to get, Juror Number 2.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience. Clint Eastwood is really cool.
Do you want to get out of horror and go up to feature?
I love making horror movies so much. There's just such a special place in my heart for making horror movies. So I don't think that I would ever want to completely stop making them, but I would like to start doing stuff more mainstream.
I would too.
Yeah.
No more clown movies for me. I'm in 6 clown movies. I'm going to throw up. One more clown.
I don't think I've ever done a clown movie.
There you
I'm
go.
serious.
He's done a bunch.
I
He's got Clown Fear, Clown Motel 2, Clown Motel 3, Clowny. That's it, 4.
No, I think there's 6. Somewhere there's a couple more. But really, it's a joke now. You know, when my friends, I go to parties and stuff. So, Ron, what's doing? What movie? You're on a movie? Yeah, Clown 9.
Clown 9.
And they laugh.
Everybody
and
laughs.
I said clowns, they go hysterical laughing. You? Do they do that with you? Do they tease you?
So my thing is vampire movies.
Oh, that's awesome.
I do, but I'm often the vampire. So
There's a lot
I'm
of
like, yeah, I'm working on this vampire movie. And my friends are like, which vampire movie? Because I'm shooting like 4 at the same time.
Oh, that's cool. He's got one coming up called No
I
Negative.
cannot
and he's playing a
wait.
gay
I've
vampire.
never played a vampire. My first time in 64 years, imagine. And I cannot wait to play this vampire.
It's a lot of fun.
They're fun. Vampires are fun.
So
Yeah,
if
it's
you
a lot of
like vampire movies, did you like the Twilight movies?
I've never seen the Twilight movies.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I actually like them a lot. I know they're hokey. What about the Lost Boys?
I like the Lost Boys,
That's my
Queen of the
favorite movie
Damned,
all time. Queen of the Damned is good too.
Blade, Underworld. Those are my kind of vampire movies.
Yes,
But
me too.
I am a little bit older. I'm older than you probably think I am. So by the time Twilight came out, I had already read all of Anne Rice's vampire movies, and the Twilight movie or the Twilight vampires were like sparkling, and I thought that was really weird. And I was like, I'm not into this.
I actually like them though. I really enjoyed them. I mean, but The Lost Boys is my favorite vampire movie.
I love The Lost
And
Boys.
My next favorite vampire movie would be Near Dark. Have you ever seen Near
I
Dark?
haven't seen that one.
Oh my God, you have to see that one. That's considered like the best vampire movie ever. If you like look at all the blogs.
Do you want to meet a sensational, good-looking guy?
I feel like I already have just now.
No, don't. Seriously, we have
He's good though.
we have a friend of ours, Brandon. He's our friend, and he was on last week. He owns
He was there at Halloween Hunt.
He was
You
at
might
Hall-
have met him.
the good-looking guy.
I am so introverted that I was there and I was so overwhelmed by the amount of people.
No, but
Oh, were you really? You
Wait.
Yeah.
way at all.
I'm making a shidduch. He is looking for somebody nice, and
He was on our show last week.
and he is gorgeous with a beautiful body because he exercises, and he owns a company of steak, dried out
Jerky. He has a jerky. He owns a jerky company, and he's an
Like
actor.
beef jerky?
Yeah, beef jerky.
I'm sold.
No, and I'm going to fix you up with Brandon.
He's really cool, and he
Oh,
actually just got cast in
and-
this big movie, like this big franchise movie.
He's gonna be a very famous actor one day. He's a great talent,
He
good
is
looking,
good looking.
and we love him. We adopted Brandon. He's adopted, and I promised him I'd find him a nice girl. And I like you. I think you're a nice girl. Listen, you never know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Most people, listen.
plus he makes beef jerky, so
No, but most people meet people through people.
that's true.
I mean, if you're going to go to a club to meet somebody, lots of luck, sister.
I mean, I'm like half deaf, so I go to a club and I can't hear what anybody's saying. I just nod a lot. I have no idea what anybody's saying to me.
Us too. Him too.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I can't hear.
No, but seriously, I'm going to give Brandon your contact information. And
No, I'll give him your Instagram, and he can look you up. And if he wants to contact you, he can come. We will.
of course he's going to want
We will
to.
never. We'll never know because I have her information. I don't ever give out information.
No,
Don't
no.
worry.
I mean contact number as far as professional goes.
Yes.
Not private. I would never get private out.
We'll tell him though. I'll do a text. He is very nice though. He's a nice
You're
guy.
and he's really cute. I mean, a cutie.
He lives in Nashville.
And he's very, very like boyish and shy and sweet. He's not
He's a little introverted like you too.
Yeah, he's not a rough, tough guy. I mean, everybody in the chat room when he was on our show went nuts, right?
Yeah, they were going.
Oh, the women were
crazy.
going crazy. If they could throw their panties at the television screen, they would.
Unfortunately, we have more women in the chat room than men, so there's nobody to throw.
No, he's a
panties at
hottie.
you.
He's what's called hot, but he doesn't even know it.
So I
I
want to talk
told him, I
about.
said, you don't even know how good looking you are.
I want to.
Stupid. You just.
I want to talk
like,
about this one thing. Like, so you have a lot of horror movies, and we're going to talk about them. I even have the trailer for Replicator, just because I had to find something that we're going to play it for everybody. But you're in a TV show, and you did a bunch of episodes. I've never heard of it. How to Snatch a Billionaire. What is that?
Are you familiar with those vertical series that they've been doing?
Yes.
It's one of those. So that's on an app.
Oh, wow. So you're like an app.
I have no idea how to find it. I have no idea what app it's on. I'm going to be completely honest.
Well,
I've never seen it.
You can only see it on the app.
Yeah.
You can only see it on the app. So she's an app. The show. The show.
A movie.
It's a show. It's a TV show.
TV show. You can only see it on
soap opera.
It's like a soap opera. It's called,
like, it's very soap opera-y.
I like soap operas, and we're friends with a lot.
Oh, it's real soap opera-y.
I like that.
It's real interesting.
Every one of our friends are soap operas. We know everyone.
We know all the soap opera people. We've had them all on the show. We live in Palm Springs, first of all.
They all retired.
And they all live here. So
they all live in Palm Springs. Sean Kanan, Christian Rogers.
Boys in the Beautiful, Jennifer Hospital.
What's her name? Judith
Young and the Restless. We have all of them. All the stars of all
every star is here. We hang out with them.
Okay, so let's screw How to Snatch a Billionaire. So you probably never even watched it, right?
I've never seen it. Yeah, I don't even know how to find it.
So you're not super tech savvy. I'm not either.
Well, I'm on my phone and not on my computer, if that gives you any idea.
Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. I love it. So when you were in LA, you were shooting Alien Horde.
Yes.
With John Wells, and I'll tell everybody, so this is the Mahal Brothers' latest movie, Alien Horde, you guys.
You're an alien?
I'm an alien, yeah, I was.
Oh, I told him, I said, I've never been in a space movie either. I always play cops, detective, priests, shit like that. I would love to be
and mobsters.
I would love to be with a ray gun, running through the spaceship, shooting monsters.
It's fun.
Is that what you do?
I did have a ray gun. I didn't shoot any monsters, but I did get to fly a ship.
I love that stuff. See, I could get into that.
It was cool.
Close to me. I could live in that world forever.
Yeah, it was really neat.
I love spaceships. I love anything to do with Mars and crap. So I cannot wait to go to their red carpet. And I'll see you there, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you guys, here's
when is he doing it? When are you all?
Just finished shooting.
We just finished it 2 or 3 weeks ago.
So you guys, here's who's in Alien Horde, because a lot of these people have been on the show. Sherry Davis is in it. John Wells, obviously. Don the Dragon Wilson, you guys, who he hasn't been on the show, but we know him. Zachary Vasquez, Robert Lasardo's been on the show. James Duvall's been on the show. Vernon Wells, we did a movie with that's coming out December 3rd, and Andrew Devoff. So it's got a great cast. You don't get starstruck at all, though, right? Because I went down your resume, and you've worked with some really huge people.
I don't get starstruck, but I definitely get intimidated, and I get imposter syndrome because I do feel like I haven't been doing this for as long as some people. So I feel like sometimes I end up in places that I'm not supposed to be in, but obviously I am supposed to be there if I'm there. So I definitely struggle with that. Like the red carpet premiere for the Clint Eastwood movie, I definitely struggled with that a little bit, with imposter syndrome of not feeling like I belong.
Well, but
obviously if I'm there, I should be there, I guess, right?
It doesn't get any bigger than a Clint Eastwood movie, number one.
Oh, sorry, there's a cat.
Oh, look how cute.
Yeah, but once you realize that they're just people, they're nobody special. I mean, I pee next to them in events.
That's how we met Richard Grieco to get him on the show. He was at the Hall Brothers premiere. You peed next to him.
I was peeing, and Richard came started peeing, and I said, "Would you like to be on our TV show?" And he looked at me like I was crazy.
It's the perfect place to meet somebody.
I'm pitching him while he's peeing. Well, he came on the show. Warren Beatty came next to me and peed. So, they're just people.
Yeah.
I know that. And I'm not intimidated. I'm impressed with their work.
Yeah, for sure.
That impresses me. Like a friend of mine, Georgie, she just took pictures with Liam Neeson. And I said to Jimmy, wow. And he said, Liam's going to be in one of our movies. And I hope I'm in the same movie that Liam Neeson's in. because I really, really enjoy his personality and his work.
Yeah.
The other cool thing about Juror Number 2 is that Kiefer Sutherland is in it. So I was best friends with the guy who played Paul in The Lost Boys, Brooke McCarter. Like, we were really, really good friends. We lived in Florida. And I was also really good friends with Corey Haim. I know Corey Feldman. We're not really good friends, but I did do a movie with him. And we see in LA all the time the other guy, Billy, whatever his name is, Billy, the guy who played the black vampire with the long black hair. I forgot. So for me, like, The Lost Boys is like, I have the books, I have all the action figures, I have everything from it. So, like, I think The Lost Boys. So did you get to actually talk to Kiefer Sutherland?
No, I wasn't on set with him.
Too bad.
Most of my scenes were with Nick Holt and Toni Collette.
Oh my God! But Nick Holt is the Beast in the X-Men movies. I mean, how cool is that?
He's very nice.
Eileen, actually, I have a business partner in our PR company, and she interviewed him.
No, you're not considered a scream queen.
No, I am more of a final girl.
An actress, not a.
Tell people what a final girl is.
A final girl is the one that usually she survives to the end of the movie,
Right.
or she's the last death. But no, I'm not a scream queen.
No, because a scream queen, it will always be a scream queen, nothing more, in horror movies. And I feel that's sad because we know a good friend of ours. She's a scream queen, and she's still screaming. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we don't mention that.
I won't mention her name, but she's very famous and very big. And she's in every.
We've had all the scream queens on because I'm friends with all of them.
She's in every movie. But goddamn, if I'm not going to see her again screaming.
Yeah, I don't often scream.
You show people though. Because you're a final girl. So we have a final girl coming on next, Sharni Vinson. I don't know if you ever saw the movie You're Next.
I don't think so.
She's the final girl in it in 2013. That was the biggest horror movie of the year, and she's the final girl in it, and she's super badass like that.
You should go see my movie. It's funny. Clown Motel, 3 Ways to Hell.
It's not out yet.
It's not out yet?
No,
it's not out.
You will get a kick
I'll keep an eye out for it.
You will get a kick out of it.
So I want
to. It's so, like, I don't know what the hell to call it, but.
So one of the things I found cool about your career, though, is that except for Juror Number 2, most of the movies that you're in, you are the star. You're like on IMDb. You're always like in the first 2 or 3 people listed on all of them. So basically, all these horror movies, you're the star of all these horror movies, and I think it's a lot of fun. Tell us what Replicator is about, and then we're going to play the trailer for it.
Replicator is about a woman who moves back to her town. She's like it's a small town. She's a lawyer. And then there's some like weird things that start happening to the town. Like the shitty men start to act
normal.
And so she finds something out and has to decide whether, like, she's basically put in a position where she has to basically decide between like good and evil, but it's like not that black and white.
It's like Stepford Wives, but men.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it is.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy it's a different script for a change.
So you guys,
it's very Lovecraftian. It's got some Lovecraftian vibes, which is pretty cool. I love practical effects, so I was pretty stoked about the effects in the movie.
I do too. So introduce it for us. Juan, play the Replicator trailer after KateLynn announces it, and then we'll be right back.
So this is Replicator.
There you go.
Let me guess, court decision didn't go your way.
Well, yeah, there's that, too. Dad called me last week.
Oh, shit! Ron, what are you doing here?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious.
Shut up. What did he say?
I made a mess, Sally. Good morning, dear. From now on, I'm gonna be the father you deserve.
I don't even know who the real Ron is anymore.
We'll get this figured out.
It's your job. You're right this time.
After I took all the organs out of the body, I couldn't get them all back in. That's what really has us stumped. A lot of peculiar pieces to put together.
Ron's dead. What? How? Yeah, I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out. Some disgusting disease. It's not contagious or anything, right?
She is everything and everywhere. You just have to know how to listen for her voice. Ron hurt me in ways that I can't even describe.
You deserve to be tried in a court of law, because that is the world that we live in.
Kind of jumpy, aren't you? No, sister. We're family now. This should be interesting.
Yay, kind of jumpy, aren't we?
You have very nice teeth.
Thank you. I had braces for like 4 years. I hope so.
In that clip, the close-up showed your beautiful teeth. It's important. I'm in the business 65 years, so I don't miss a trick. Jimmy will tell you. I watch every little thing when people work because I know all about film. And things are important. A smile is very important. You have a beautiful smile.
Thank you.
I have a sneer. I look like I'm mad when I smile. I never had a nice smile. And I always wanted like teeth, like a cat, like the cat said you a cat. See my smile, watch how ugly.
I love it. I love a sneer.
Sneer. I look like a snake that's angry.
So you guys, let's brag a little. Here's some of the things that you can see, KateLynn, and we already talked about Juror number 2. She did a movie called Cult of Blood. I bring it up because both Felissa Rose and Dave Sheridan are friends of ours, and they've both been on the show. And Dave Sheridan.
Oh.
We love Dave Sheridan.
I love Dave Sheridan. Oh, he's my favorite guy. I worked with him, and I tell you, I've never worked with anybody as generous, as caring, as kind, as thoughtful of my age as Sheridan. He is the most respectful boy, and he has a wife, that's ill, and he cares for her. And the family. Dave Sheridan is my perfect person. I love him.
And then you have a movie.
And he's a good actor. He's a good comedian.
He's a good actor.
He's a better comedian.
Yeah, he's
like
really funny.
comedy. But you mentioned magic. And of course, Felicia is a good friend of ours for years.
We love them all, actually. You also did, she's a scream queen. You have On Sacred Ground, and this is a really good cast. David Arquette, Amy Smart, Francis Fisher, William Mapover, and Mariel Hemingway.
Right, but Francis Fisher, I know.
How was that? Is that movie out? Can we see that?
Yeah, I think it's on Amazon Prime. I don't know for sure. I haven't seen that one.
Then you have The Bloody Man with Lisa Wilcox, who's been on the show a bunch of times, and Tuesday Night. Not my favorite, but Lisa Wilcox is great. And then you did a movie with Bill Oberst Jr. and Bill Moseley.
Yeah, I did. That was cool.
And Bill Oberst has been on the show a bunch of times, and I'm actually working on a movie that he's going to be in soon. And you did Banger with Omar Gooding, Clifton Powell, and Joe Estevez. Like, you got really a lot of them. Black Cobra Strikes Back. I don't know what that is either, but that's a TV show. Is that on Real TV?
That's one of those vertical things. I also haven't seen that one.
All right, Descending with Alex Vincent and Lynn Lowry.
Very beautiful. I'm looking at your bones. You have a lovely jawline. And you're a very beautiful girl.
And you did a comedy.
You're going to age well.
Thanks, I'm trying.
No, you have bones. People without bones, flat, like frying pan faces, like Betty Davis, I knew her. And she used to always say she loved Katharine Hepburn's face because Katharine had bones. But Betty had a flat face, so therefore she aged very poorly. You're going to age well. You have wonderful, wonderful jawline.
Thank you. I'm doing my best.
Listen, I tell the truth.
And then you have a comedy. You got to work with Dee Wallace. How was that?
I love Dee Wallace so much.
She's been on our show many years.
God, Dee is like there had been multiple things that Dee and I were supposed to work on that just like fell through. And then I worked on that movie. And she's such a badass.
Yes.
She's such a badass. She's so cool. She's so kind. She's so giving. I love Dee.
We love her too. We like her daughter too.
We had a
daughter
great
on
time
the show.
with her. She's a sport. You can play with her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's so much fun to work with.
So I got to be careful with some of the broads that come on our show. They're very sensitive. And I say to them, relax. You don't have to be on. On doesn't go anywhere. Trust me. You go someplace. You will go somewhere. But being on, you go nowhere. Because women will hate you. They'll say, oh, she's so full of herself. And men will say, oh, I'd never fuck her because she would never let me. So, you want to be real. Real, then the audience understands it. And the men say, oh, yeah, I could make her easy. She's sweet and nice. You know what I mean? And women will say, oh, I'd like her to be my girlfriend. That's the audience you play for.
So wait, what kind of a guy?
The people
wait. I'm going to come back to this. So you have one other movie, and I'm going to bring it up. It's called The Crickets Dance, and I'm only bringing it up because all the stars of it have been on our show. William Mark McCullough, Kristen Redden.
I love Mark McCullough. He's one of my favorite people.
He was just on just a couple of months ago.
I love him.
And Bobby Eakes was one of the soap opera stars who lives in Palm Springs. She doesn't anymore. Now she lives in Georgia.
I didn't work with her. I played Mark's wife.
There you go.
And that was super cool. That was the first film that I booked when I moved out here, actually. So that was a cool project to work with. But I didn't work with her. She wasn't in the same scenes. Mark and I. So the movie takes place in present day, but then there's a flashback to the 1800s, and we were all in the past stuff. So I didn't work with her. But I've seen it. She's really, really good in it.
No, she's really good.
She's a great singer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Bobby can sing.
Okay, so
beautifully.
So let's go back then. So who are some of the people, well-known actors that you think are handsome?
Oh my gosh!
What's the type of guy like?
Thank you so much, honey. That's so sweet of you. Thank you.
Like I'll change. So if you were going to, you're up for a big movie and you get to pick any 3 actors in the world to be your leading man. Who are your 3 actors that you think, oh my God, I'd love to shoot some scenes with this? And they don't have to be love scenes, just scenes, But who are the 3 that? Who would you like to work with? Who would you like to work with? And that way, it doesn't have to be romantically involved.
I would love to work with Nick Hoult again. Yes. I obviously knew who he was prior to working with him, but it was because of The Great. It wasn't because of X-Men.
Okay.
And I just think that he's wildly talented. If I had my way, I would work with Tim Curry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. That's the Rocky Horror Picture Show thing.
Right.
Yeah. I love Tim Curry so much and everything that he's in.
God, if you don't look like Natalie Wood.
Yeah, you really do.
You look just like Natalie
Especially
Wood.
when you do that thing where you're looking up like that.
You're
looking like, oh my God, she looks just like Natalie Wood.
I don't know if I know who that is.
You don't even know who Natalie Wood is?
I don't know if I know who that is.
I'm going to kill myself. Look, Natalie Wood, one of the biggest movie stars in the world.
She's like Marilyn Monroe.
Natalie Wood, Robert Wagner's wife, the one that drowned.
Oh my God, she drowned?
Well, they say that he killed her, Robert Wagner.
Oh my God. No, I don't know anything.
Just remember the name Natalie Wood, and when we get done, go look it up. She's not a Today star. She's a star from the past. But.
Well, I would assume so.
Rebel Without a Cause with James Dean.
She's the star of that with James Dean.
I'm going to suggest to you, young lady, that you go and look at all these old films because you will learn a lot. Seriously. Watch the old movies and look at how the technique. There's Natalie Wood.
Oh, there you go. We put a picture.
I'm impressed that we were able to do this. That we were able to put this on the screen. I appreciate the wizard behind the scenes that is doing this stuff. Thank you so much.
Really good, Juan.
You look just like I saw her once on Rodeo in one of the shops. And she was the littlest thing in the world, like not even 5'2", tiny little thing.
She's like one of the biggest stars in the world. Okay, you gave me 2. Give me one more.
I can't think of.
While you're thinking about it, so if you were going to work with 3 women co-stars, who are 3 women that you think would be
Charlize Theron.
Oh, that's one of mine. That's a good one. I like that.
Mine too.
I think she's so great. Probably Elle Fanning because I think that she's just wildly talented.
Elle Fanning, yes, that's a good one too. Elle Fanning. The daughter. Hang on. Let me tell him. Elle Fanning played the daughter of Angelina Jolie in Maleficent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who you mean.
The blonde, whose sister is Dakota Fanning from Twilight and all that other stuff.
Yes.
She's fabulous.
I believe her name. I'm not going to pronounce it right. I don't think she was in Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. She was in. Have you ever seen What Happens to Monday or What Happens?
What happens on
Naomi Rapace? I think is her name.
Yes, Rapace. I think it is.
Rapace. She is so cool.
Numi Rapace, I think.
Yeah. She is so cool.
She did such a good job in Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which I could have seen you play that role. Actually, I could see.
And I liked that movie. That was a good movie.
Yeah, she's super cool.
Do you want it? Because like so, if you're a final girl, you get to you fight a lot and stuff. Like, do you ever see yourself as like an action star? Like, would you like to be like an action star and like Angelina Jolie and something?
So I just wrapped a movie on Sunday called Devour, and it's a vampire movie, but it's a lot of action. And my character ended up being very stunt heavy, which I was not aware. I kill a lot of people in this movie. So I'm really excited for everybody to see it. So I'm just I show up to set and I'm just like doing all these stunts and I'm covered in blood, but like I'm a vampire and I'm super strong and I'm just like, it was really cool. So I would definitely, I wrapped 2 movies recently, that one. And then there was another one where I just like fight this man that is 3 times the size of me.
I see you though as being like a badass. Like I could see you doing that. I'm really good. I don't know if you ever saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, the one with Caroline Williams, because she's a pretty good friend of mine. And she's the only one who lives at the end of the movie. She's the only one. She kills everybody. And I could see you doing all of that.
My advice to a young girl like you, don't lock yourself into anything that will not play when you're 50. Be an actress who can work at 50, 60, and 70. And that means you're not an action figure, you're an actress. An actress does everything. You should.
I think that up until, I've done,
No, once you get known, you're known. I mean, Felicia Rose, she can't go anywhere in the business unless she screams. And I've told her that. Unless she screams, she ain't going anywhere. She's already there. Sarah French, my darling best friend, tits and ass. If she's not naked in a movie, they didn't put her in. And she got that kind of a reputation. Don't pigeonhole yourself. Be an actress. An actress is a person who plays many parts, many things. If you say, what is she known for? You say a movie, the script, the story. She played Agatha Christie or something, you know what I mean? Do that. Because I know so many of our friends in this business, they're never going to get out of horror. And they're never going to get out of what they do because they do it well. And people can't see them playing Anna Karina or a wonderful meaty part that an actress wants to play. So be a variety.
I think that I've done a huge variety of things within my career. I've done pretty much everything.
I've seen comedy. I've
done comedy, drama. I'm real good at crying.
Good.
Oh, are you really good at crying?
Yeah, I cry a lot.
Good.
Yeah.
I can see you like blowing up. The first time we met you, just the way you looked when you were like standing there, and obviously I'm not talking about just the fact that you're beautiful, but that you have like an aura about you.
And we're gay. We're not hitting.
Yeah, we're not hitting on you fags.
He's a fag. I'm not.
I'm just saying, you have an aura about you. When people meet you, they're like, there's something special about her.
Yeah.
And I think
we don't blow smoke up your ass either. We tell the truth. No, we do.
Thank you.
That's why a lot of people, when they come on our show, they say, you're going to dissect me? I say, yeah.
What are some kind of comedies that you have liked, that you like in general? Like if you were to watch a comedy.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, do you really?
I love the movie. I actually like the movie more than I like the series.
So I saw the movie. That's like Nicolas Cage, right?
What We Do in the Shadows? That's
Who's in the movie? I don't remember the movie. I've seen the TV show a few times.
Taika Waititi.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. Taika Waititi plays the main character, and he's hilarious.
So
that's a director that I would like to work with. I would love to work with Taika Waititi. I think I love dark comedies. And I think that he is just a master of dark comedies.
See, nobody's ever mentioned that either. I think that's terrific, though. I love that. I think that's really, really good. I just wouldn't have, I don't know that I would have expected it, but I guess I should have expected it because that's kind of like your thing.
But it's so hard today to get anywhere in the business. You know, you can get in, but you can't get going. Get going is what we all want. I'm hired for my accent, my Brooklyn accent. Imagine when they want somebody to play the Brooklyn guy, get Ron Russell. And that limits me from what I can do because I'm a good actor. I could do anything. I've been in it long enough to know the bad and the good. They don't care. So getting ahead you have to be sellable.
Sure.
If you're going to make a buck, you're in. They don't give a shit if you can act or anything, which is the part of the business.
Oh, that's the part he doesn't like.
I don't like.
That's the part that I don't like either. I just want to make movies.
I don't like pay to play.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing until
you did Alien Horde, right? You didn't know it.
Alien Horde.
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's a whole culture that I wasn't familiar with.
Yeah, because she's I get paid on everything.
No, I get paid on everything.
Yeah, you get paid.
I don't work for free.
Like I'm a real producer. I get paid to produce films because I get these messages all the time on Facebook.
I was in a movie where the scene could have been a really interesting scene, but the pay to play thing was there. And I looked like I was overacting.
Sure.
Because the play to play just stood there like a moron.
So the thing about acting, I think that everybody can do it, but not everybody can do it well.
Yes. Well, and everybody shouldn't do it.
In this scene, I was a cop. And I was telling this guy standing there like a piece of wood, don't tell me that something is out in the swamp that's killing people. I know that you did it. Don't get away with it. You did it. And I put a real heavy New York accent on. And you know what he said to me? Oh, stop it, you bastard. And I looked at the director. I said, I'm leaving. I go home. I said, you have to be angry. You have to be upset with me. You have to react to what I'm doing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We did.
I've just trained really hard. Like I still train. That's people are always like, how do you do that? How do you get good at acting? I just take a lot of classes.
Good. It's terrific.
And you become the character. It's so simple.
Yeah.
Everybody. The trick is
I've trained for,
Don't act. Become.
Oh, the kitty. What's the cat's name?
This is Rocky.
Rocky
named after the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, of course. So there you go. So you guys, this is KateLynn Newberry. She's got lots of stuff coming out. Check it all out. We're going to get to see her again at the Alien Horror premiere. You can follow her on Instagram. It's KateLynn E. Newberry. You have to make sure and look at how she spells her name, you guys. It's KateLynn, then the letter E, and then Newberry. And you can follow her on Instagram. She's been in a lot of great stuff. I wish you all the best. I don't think you really need it because you're really rocketing. I think you've done about, I don't know. I mean, you did like 20 movies during COVID.
Yeah, I did.
So nothing is stopping you and nothing is slowing you down. We want to thank you for coming on the show. We wish you only the best.
Yep.
You're terrific. Love it. And
I'm going to follow you. I'm going to follow your career.
I'll follow you back.
Me,
I'm going to the grave soon. What are you going to follow?
Actually,
I'll follow it all. I don't know.
The grave.
I produce a lot of movies. So I'm going to put you on my list of actors because all the indie people come to me saying, "Who do I know?" And so I'll put you on the list of actors because I've got 4 movies that just got funded. So we'll see what we can do. And thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
You're a nice girl. Stay that way.
Yes.
I'll try.
Yay! All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We're going to play a quick trailer, you guys, because I want to play a trailer because our next guest, I see her in the waiting room. I'm super duper excited, you guys, about having Sharni Vinson on. We're going to play the Step Up 3D trailer, Step Up 3 trailer. And hopefully that doesn't mess anything up. And then we're going to bring her on. So let's take it away. This is one of the movies that Sharni stars in that I'm a huge fan of, you guys. I watched it yesterday again for the 100th time. So check it out. This is Step Up 3 trailer. Hey, Astro.
What is it that you love about dance?
Everything you need to know is in my dancing.
Everything? What you saw before is just the beginning. Welcome to my house. Think of a house as like a super crew. Dancers work together, live together, battle together. It's crazy, right?
This place is incredible.
Check this. It's the biggest battle ever. You up for a little competition?
I never lose.
Some people learn to dance, others are born to.
People dance because dance can change things. One move can bring people together. One move can make you believe like you're something more. One move can set a whole generation free.
We should get to rehearsal.
Step it up, bring it up, right now. Oh, that's so sick. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everybody. So that was Step Up 3D. It's a great movie. We're going to now bring on our Australian guest. Hopefully everything is we can hear and see. Hello, hello.
Oh, hello. Hi.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited. I never get excited about anything, I have to tell you, because we do this for a living and we interview people all the time. But literally, you and Molly Ringwald are like my two favorite actresses.
Stop. Oh, that's so exciting for me. Thank you so much for having me on.
I'm very excited. So this is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Ron Russell, who's also my husband, in case since you're in Australia and you don't know who we are.
And I'm also dying with the flu, so forgive me if I'm not myself.
And this is our dog, Astro.
Oh, hello. How cute. I just made my dogs get out.
Yeah, ours is part of it. He'll bark and do whatever, but we don't worry about it.
He was so excited that you were coming on. He was like a kid. He said, I love her. She's my favorite actress. I can't wait. I can't wait. I said, Jimmy, you know, we've had Academy Award winners.
We've had Emmy winners. We have everybody, but you are the one that really gets it going. I was so excited when I found you.
I was best friends with Jane Russell. You know who Jane Russell is, right?
Jane Russell?
Yeah, from the Marilyn Monroe days. He's 84.
Okay.
And I was friends with Betty Davis. You know who she is?
Yes, of course.
Oh, you do? Okay. So I never got excited. Now I'm at a thing in New York, a TV premiere thing, and who do I meet but Sister Sledge?
You do?
I'm screaming and jumping up and down, yelling to Jimmy, Jimmy, get over here with the camera. Look, I'm all excited over Sister Sledge. I love it.
We all have our things, and he's worked with Elizabeth Taylor. He's done all kinds of things, but we all have our thing, and so I'm super excited to have you on. We have a chat room with a bunch of people. Say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi from Australia.
Yeah, I love it. We've actually had we had somebody from the Lord of the Rings a long time. We've been on the air for 17 years. But I forgot who. But the one Australian that I remember because he was so much fun is we had Guy Sebastian on, and you'll know who that is.
Hi, Sebastian.
Yes, so he's really cool, and since you're a judge on reality shows also, like he is now, I figured you would know who he is. So it's a lot of fun.
Actually, we go back a long way, and we share a mutual friend who's a fashion designer, and I met him at one of her parades, and this was long before Step Up 3D, long before I was on even Home and Away, which is an Australian series here. and he asked me to be a featured dancer in his second ever video clip. So I'm actually in one of his video clips early on back in the day, and that's kind of, it was one of my first ever gigs.
Okay, so here's how much of a fan I have been. I'm really geeking out a little bit, but I even had your single Roses.
Oh my God.
You were in a girl group. You only released one song. At least that's all I ever could buy anywhere. It was called Foxfire 4. And I was, are you in the picture? Are you the one that, you have to be the one that has the bandana on, right? Because you can't be the other ones. Right. They don't look like you. So I even have the song. I had it. I don't have it anymore, and you can't buy it anymore. I went looking for it yesterday just to see if we could have it again. But we have a little bit of degrees of separation because I love the step-up movies. I'm really a horror fan. That's my big thing. But dance movies I like. We have a friend, Michael Damian, who did a movie called High Strung, which was a really popular, dance movie. And then Center Stage and the step-up movies are my favorite. And we had Rachel Brooks Smith on, who's the star of the second Center Stage film. But in the first step-up movie, there's a boy band that I used to be a clothing designer, and they performed at my opening. And they had one of the hit songs on the first step-up soundtrack. And then you're in Step Up 3, and then I'm an extra in Step Up Revolution that they shot in Miami.
No way. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, there's some great music in all of the soundtracks. I think that's one of the best things about the films are the selection of music is just phenomenal.
Oh, no, they're fabulous. And really, what made me think about you to come on the show is I watched Bait again.
Okay.
So it is a horror movie about a tsunami that takes over and floods this grocery store, and all the sharks come in, and she's in it and eat everybody. And she's in it with some really big people.
I love that movie.
Alex Russell, you guys, is in it, and he's in that show, a really popular TV show here. Now I forgot the name of it because Julie McMahon is in it.
And you were very good in that movie, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much.
Difficult to work in water. Very difficult to work in water. I remember her. Who was the one that was trying to get out, the big alligator?
No. Hers is Sharks.
Sharks.
It's a different one.
Oh, not in Florida. Who's
not real.
Yes. I know. But it was fun, and it had a lot of people in it. Julian McMahon is in it. I mean, that's a lot of stars in it. So, Xavier Samuel, Martin Sachs, I wrote down. But you've done a whole lot of cool things. So what are you doing a lot of now? I saw in Australia you're on Survivor, which I know that's really big. Was big here. You were on Survivor. How did you do?
It was crazy. It's always been this dream of mine when I was a kid after watching Brooke Shields in Blue Lagoon that I just wanted to be dropped off on a deserted island and left for dead. It's the weirdest dream to have as a child. I didn't ever dream about my wedding and all this stuff. I was like, just drop me off on an island and leave me there. And I think Survivor was the closest experience that I could get to that. And it is pretty much exactly that. You're just left on this island. I wasn't by myself, though. There was obviously a group of people around me, but it was a crazy experience. The challenges alone are they're really difficult. You're going through so much with the weather and the living conditions and having to sleep outside with the giant crabs and mosquitoes and the rain. There's so much to contend with.
We're gay. We don't do that. We're gay. We can't do that
Even
stuff.
If I was straight, I wouldn't.
So is it like Celebrity Survivor?
I know her face.
She's been in a million things.
I've seen her. I like her, too.
She's been in a million
I've
things.
Seen you. I like your work. I'm trying to think of all the movies I've seen you in. But I used to... She's not the one on The Rock.
On The Rock?
With the shark?
No.
She looks like her. Another blonde.
No. Anyway, hold on. Let's go back. So is it like Celebrity Survivor, or what is it? Is it, or you just got picked to be on it with a bunch of other people?
The season I was on was a mixture of celebrities and returning players, and it was called Heroes vs. Villains. So there were people put on the Heroes tribe for whatever reason. We had AFL stars. And there were people on the villain tribe that had been sort of, more known for doing villainous things and careers. So I was on the Heroes tribe representing, the actress. And it's also funny because I am currently on a Netflix series called The Guardians of Justice, which is a superhero, half animated series, half live action. And I play the Speed, which is ultimately a female version of the Flash. So I play a superhero. So I think a lot of that came into why I was put on the Heroes tribe.
Actually, I have that. I wrote that down because actually Diamond Dallas Page has been on our show. Denise Richards is in it. Jackson Rathbone, Zachary Ty Bryan, Derek Mears has been on our show. Kellen Lutz, Edie Gathegi, Max Adler's been on our show. So a lot of people have been on our show. Yes. So I thought it was an animated thing. Though, is it animated and live action both?
Yeah, no, it's both. It's both. Yeah. It's not even 50-50. It's probably more like 60% live action, maybe 40% animated.
So you're a superhero.
Yeah,
a real superhero, the female Flash, which I think it's really cool. I love that.
Do you fly? Do you fly?
No, the Flash.
Yeah, actually,
fly.
I was doing a lot of stunt training prior to the role and doing a lot of wire work training in LA. So I lived in LA for 12 years. I was just hooked up to the wires and sort of thrown against the walls and flung across the room and backflips all over the place. And I just absolutely love that stuff. Like anything high action and crazy and a bit adrenaline junkie, like that's me. Yeah.
No, I would like that if I were younger, definitely.
Oh, I think definitely. Do you come back? Like obviously you had to come back to shoot that.
Yeah, not all the time. I'm a dual citizen, so I, have my American citizenship and Australian citizenship. So I'm back all the time. I was there permanently for 12 years. I came back to Australia right before COVID, actually, and it was just very lucky that was the timing. And then, with the government lockdowns, no one was allowed to leave the country for a couple of years.
Horrible time.
Horrible. And so that kind of just, rebranded me back in Australia until I flew to Cairns for the Cairns TV series festival where we premiered Guardians of Justice, which was the first time they'd opened up the borders and allowed people to actually leave the country. So that was just very lucky that I even got to go.
Is it still on Netflix now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I have to go. I have to watch that one then because I have not seen that. Some of the other
everyone in it too. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we do know everybody in it. I didn't until I made notes yesterday of other things that you've been in. I didn't know because basically, like, I'm a huge Step Up fan. I'm a huge horror fan, and Your Next was like the biggest movie of the year, when you actually did it. And actually, Rolling Stone named it one of the best horror movies of 2013. And we're friends with Barbara Crampton, so she's been on the show. AJ Bowen's in it, Amy Smith, Nicholas Tucci, Ty West. So let's talk a little bit about that because I don't know if you're considered a final girl because of that, because you lived at the end, because you're not really a scream queen. You didn't scream at all. You just fucking kicked the shit out of everybody.
That's the funniest part about it. The Scream Queen title I have to laugh at because I never scream and it's almost like a contractual obligation that I don't scream because the second I scream, I lose my voice. So there's one scream that I do in Your Next and it's a scream double. It's not even me. So I can't scream. I physically cannot. And when I, was sort of really delving into this character of Erin in Your Next, I actually didn't feel like she would scream. She was too trained. Screaming is for amateurs. You know what I mean? And she came from a survival.
Very boring screaming. It's, to me, in a film, when they start screaming, there's no script. The guy ran out of script, so make a scream. I don't appreciate it in a movie.
No, I don't like it either. I just don't think it's necessary. If you're trying to hide from masked killers that are intruding in your house, I don't think screaming's the way to go. But she also, she's trained. She's a trained survivalist. And in doing all that training, I figured you're not gonna scream. That's the last thing that you would do. So they had to put one in there and I was like, I'm not doing it. So they had someone else.
The reason the actresses scream, you know why? Because they don't know how to act frightened.
So that's the go-to.
That's right. It's easier than to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they don't know how to act frightened.
I feel like rolling eyes. There was a lot of script. Simon Barrett, who wrote Your Next, is an incredible writer, and Adam Wingard, who directed the film, is amazing at working with people to really bring out the best in the role. And I had, really worked with Simon on the script because originally the character was written as American military background. And so when I booked the role, they wanted it to be more Australian survivalist, which was cool. So we really kind of worked with each other on that one. And I said to him, a lot of film scripts that I've read personally are overwritten and they don't need to have that much dialogue. They just, you can pull back a lot of the dialogue and deliver the emotion just internally and through your eyes. I was like, let's just cut a lot of it down and just physically do it and show everyone and let them, decide. The audiences aren't stupid, especially the horror community. So they know what emotion you're meant to be feeling without having to say it, So, yeah, it was really fun to work with them. We really blended, everyone's styles blended very well. And
nobody expected, though. It was a very different kind because, a lot of everybody gets killed, movies don't have an actual really good story. Like this, it has so many twists in the story. You don't know that the brother's actually doing it.
I remember her now in the grocery store. Oh, yes, I remember that movie. I love that movie.
Bait. It's called Bait, everybody.
Yes, I remember it.
It's on the Amazon
You were
Prime,
trapped inside the store. What's his name?
With a whole bunch of people.
With our friend, the actor.
No, we don't know anybody in.
I know him. I know the guy she was trapped in the store.
No,
with.
we met Julian McMahon once, but we don't really know him.
No. Don't say. I know a lot of people. Listen, I was born way before you.
Anyway, so then you have so you're next though. That kind of catapulted you, right? Because it was a different audience than the Step Up movie.
That was a good movie.
Because I'm sure you because I went on TikTok to see if you were on TikTok, and you're not on there, but there's a million videos of you on there.
On there. I've never been on there.
At conventions and stuff where people have put up where you've said things for them at conventions, and you're always very gracious with everybody.
I love conventions. I love meeting the fans. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Who's your convention rep? Do you have one? Yes. Okay. I've known him for 20 years.
Yeah.
Very good. No, he's a really cool guy. Convention All-Stars. I love it. Okay, so you did that one, and then you switched to Patrick, which Charles Dance is also one of my favorite actors, who's a great actor. And it was I didn't know that Patrick was a remake, though.
Yeah, it's a remake.
Before that, I've seen yours, but I've never seen the remake. But it says that you got a Best Actress nomination at the AFCA Awards. What is that? Is that like you guys' what kind of awards is that?
That's pretty significant for us. I mean, Australia's a lot smaller than America, so we don't have too many of the awards. But that was a really big thing for me because, I believe in the same category was some of our biggest names in the
Nicole Kidman and Naomi Watts were in the category against you. Is that kind of like you guys' version of an Academy Award?
Yeah, I would say so. It's as close as we can get because we just don't have that much. And when you're looking at people like Nicole Kidman in the category, it's these are our biggest stars, So I was just baffled.
They're our biggest too. They're our biggest too, so it's funny. But I think that the Patrick is it was Patrick Evil Awakens, you guys. It's a really good, really, really good movie. I actually own it back in the day when it came out. I had the DVD. I don't even have a DVD player anymore. They're gone.
What's your current movie you want to talk about?
She doesn't have one, I don't think. What do you have? Do you have a current?
Movies out at the moment. It took us 7 years, you guys, to make The Guardians of Justice. It was a long, drawn-out process, and we went through so many ups and downs. It wasn't originally supposed to be a full series. It was just meant to be, friends getting together to put something up on YouTube. And, it was with Adi Shankar, who's the Bootleg Universe. And it just took on a world of its own once we started to film it. We were like, this is really special. This has got a lot more, I think, going for it. So we turned the script from 25 pages to 260 pages.
Whoa.
And rewrote basically everything. And then got hit with a ton of, different things that we had to go through, some good, some bad. And then we got hit with COVID in the middle of shooting as well. So we had a lot to contend with. And then it takes years to get the animation together in the way that we use 7 different types of animation in the show. So we had We had animators from all across the world coming together, amazing composers just from every country, I think, in the world. We've utilized people for this, and it just took so long to get off the ground that when it finally was released on Netflix, it was like, we got there. And when Cannes took it as one of the 10 TV series to premiere in 2022, it was just like unbelievable, because this show is so left of field for that type of festival. It was like, how on earth, at the premiere, it was just like, what are we watching? Like, it so didn't fit the typical mold of what they selected for that festival. So it was just really an honor to be there with these people. And
can we watch it now? Can we watch it now?
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah, you can watch it now. It's on there right now.
It's on Netflix?
On Netflix, yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
Tonight, Jimmy and I watch a movie every night. No, we watch a movie every night with dinner. So
well, you can get through this in about the time you'd get through a movie, because they're short episodes. There's only 7 episodes.
Oh, we do that. We binge.
30
we
minutes.
binge all the time.
You'll get through in 3 hours.
No, we'll watch it tonight.
So I have another question for you. So you host, you're a judge on Dance Boss with Danny Minogue, which he won't know who that is, but
who?
Danny Minogue, you guys, huge pop star. Her sister's Kylie Minogue. Which you would know Kylie Minogue. Anyway, she's huge. But then you're a judge with Adam Garcia, and Danny Minogue hosted it. I love Adam Garcia.
Adam Garcia is wonderful. Yeah, I was a fan of Adam when I watched Coyote Ugly. He's so good. He's so good. He's a brilliant tap dancer, and he's a brilliant dancer. And because dance was the world I came through, I remember him very well from, Tap Dogs and all sorts of amazing shows that he's done, and going backstage and meeting him actually when I was very young and thinking, oh God, he's just amazing. So, and Danny Minogue, I grew up idolizing as well. So it was just bizarre to be on stage with these people that as a child you really looked up to. And then now you're kind of working together, and
I'm glad to hear he's like a nice guy, though. He did a movie called the First Million or something, I don't know, where they make this weird product, and it's like him and Jake Busey and all these people. It's a really good, probably nobody saw it but me, but it's a really good movie that everybody should see. And everybody knows he's the love interest in Coyote Ugly, which was like a great film,
Yes.
which I absolutely loved also. Okay, so you've done all the – oh, wait, you also did a movie called Dragon Blade with Jackie Chan, John Cusack, Ned Bellamy, and Adrian Brody. That's a big cast too.
That was a big cast. That was a very that was a surreal experience, to be honest. Like, I just got a phone call from Jackie's producer, and she basically had just directly asked me if I would be interested in joining the cast of his new film. And I mean, who says no to Jackie Chan?
Nobody.
Nobody. So I was like, when do I start? So they flew me to China, and we filmed in Guangzhou, Beijing. And then when the premiere came around, that was just a bizarre experience, because the circuit was myself, Adrian Brody, John Cusack, and Jackie Chan. And I just remember arriving at Beijing airport, and Jackie had organized a private jet for every one of us. It wasn't like we all got in the same one. There was one each on the runway, and then we flew to 3 different cities in China to premiere the movie. And as we landed, he had like a Rolls Royce waiting for everyone. So we got out of this jet into this beautiful car, and I'm just like, who do I think I am right now? Like, this is who lives like this? This is just not normal. Like, I cannot comprehend what world I'm living in. This is just the, top of the top. And again, Jackie's just such an inspiration to everyone. Like, so much of the money that he makes, he puts straight back into his charities, and he's just such a lovely guy. And it was just such an honor to be asked to work with him. And I'd love to do it again.
I love it. So do you like horror movies? Like, would you?
I was obsessed with horror movies as a child. I was that child from the age of about 5, as young as I can remember, back when they had video stores.
Yes.
And you could actually walk in and pick a video off the shelf. I would go in and run straight to the horror section every time. There's no movie I ever wanted other than what was in the horror section. And I literally grew up with the Nightmare on Elm Street series, Stephen King, It's movies, Pet Cemetery, like Jaws. These were my just go-to obsessed horror films, and I would just watch them on repeat. And I just love the feeling that horror gives an audience, that feeling of wanting to be scared out of your wits. It's so inhumane. I don't understand why we do it to ourselves, but I just loved it. And you're either a huge fan of horror or you hate it. And I just don't feel like there's anything in between. A lot of my friends hate horror movies. They will not watch a horror movie. They're like, when are you going to do another Disney movie? Because we can't show kids any of this.
He's in a bunch of horror movies, but he hates them. I love them. I'm producing a couple. I have 3 of them right now that I'm just got funding for that I'm working on. And
my reaction when I see myself in a horror movie is, you got to be kidding.
So what were some of your favorite ones, though? Like because I'm friends with Doug Bradley and all the Hellraiser people. I liked Hellraiser a lot. I like this, the Saw. But my favorite movie of all time is like The Lost Boys. Is my favorite.
Oh, Lost Boys is fantastic. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Great film. I love the Saw franchise as well. The Final Destination series is a great concept. I love the idea of escaping death and having death come for you no matter what. And your time's up when it's up kind of thing. Like I thought the concept was fantastic.
We had Devon Sawa on the show.
Amazing, yeah.
Final Destination. Devon Sawa. He was the star of one of them, or maybe several of them. And they're remaking Idle Hands I just saw, and he was like the star of that too, I think, back in the day. So what about what were some of the ones when you were really, because at 5 years old, you're not watching like Saw. Well, Saw wouldn't have been there, but you're not watching like Freddy Krueger at 5.
I'm watching Freddy Krueger at 5 and just obsessed with it. And it's weird too, because I never had nightmares. Like I wasn't, I think if I had nightmares, I wouldn't have been so drawn to the genre, but I just loved the feeling of, and I would sneak out of the house, not out of the house, but out of my room in the middle of the night. And I just would play this game with myself where it was like, you've got to go to the fridge for a midnight snack, but you can't let anyone hear you because there could be someone waiting in the cupboard ready to kill you. And, so I would like sneak out and try to be as quiet as possible. And just like the game I'd play with myself of opening the fridge and trying to like unravel the chips without making a noise. Because if you make a noise, he's going to come after you and he's going to kill you.
He's going to get you.
When we lived in Pennsylvania, we had Lisa Wilcox on. I don't know if you know who Lisa Wilcox is, but Lisa Wilcox is a big horror movie lady, and so we were talking about Freddy Krueger, and Ron was like, as long as you're not the girl who he comes up through the bed and grabs her and takes her into the bed and chops her all up, and she's like, because he doesn't research anybody.
No, that's
and they were like, that's it.
I said, is she the girl in the bed with the knife? The knife comes through the mattress.
Yes, I remember that scene.
She said that was me. She said that.
Yeah, that's Lisa Wilcox.
She said that.
My head was a water bed. Remember the old school water beds?
Yes.
It was right, and he came through. He poked through the water, and then sort of did he not drown her?
I think that's a different one. I think that's a different one. I think that happened in a different version, but this is in the one that had Johnny Depp in it. And because all the bedding footing stuff goes flying up in the air.
I never got over it.
No, that's a scene that has literally stuck with me forever as well. Like him coming up out of the bed and
the knife going through the mattress into her back.
Yeah,
and I didn't know the woman I was talking to was the actress that portrayed that part.
Yeah,
and she said, "Ron, that was me." I said, "You're kidding? Weren't you frightened?" Yeah. Doing that scene had to be frightening. Don't you think it would be frightening doing it?
I mean, it's not. And I tell you why, because you're there through all the lead up to the prosthetics being put on, to the makeup. You're watching these people go from real people to the character. So you know that it's all an act and, you're in on the gag. So like for me, like there was nothing scary about shooting You're Next, even watching the people walk around with the masks on, and it was all just fun and games. And I think there's a really cool behind the scenes clip of us kind of shooting one of the real crazy manic scenes and being absolutely terrified and them yelling cut. And and me just going back into song, because I would sing on set all the time. I mean, you're working night shoots, so you got to find ways to elevate yourself and keep your energy high. And I was a singer dancer for a long time growing up before I got into film and television. And so singing is really a big part of how I relax on a set. So we'll go from being petrified to like singing some ridiculous.
I love it.
But getting back to things that happened, we saw a movie of a friend of ours that every man in the theater grabbed his crotch because they cut the guy's penis off in the movie.
Oh, God.
And when we saw that, we all went, ah! So we do react to props.
Yeah, that was a terrible.
It was scary and disgusting.
Everybody pain watching that, I'm sure. That's not cool.
I didn't care for it.
So in your next, I think that one of the best, most unusual kills, nobody actually kills him, but when they stuck the wire outside the door and the guy goes running and chops his head off, or because I had never seen that before in a movie really done that way. Now a lot of people are doing it, but back then nobody had done it. So do you still sing? Like, did you sing? Like, do you put out music, as yourself, as not part of a group?
No, not at all. I just sing in the shower and in the car. Drive everyone in my house crazy, like when I am singing at Christmas. I'm the first to break out the songs. When I was a kid, I would be every single Sunday, I would make the entire family sit down and I would put on a show for them, and I would get dressed up in my mum's old dance costumes, and I would literally do every song from The Sound of Music, every song from a chorus line. I knew the script.
I love the chorus line. I love the chorus line.
Yeah. And I would just make everyone watch and I was just born to entertain people. And such a big part of that is the singing and the dancing. I am glad it bled into film and television. But when I booked Step Up, it was really the best thing that I've ever done, because I had given up dancing. And that was my avenue back into dance, which is just such a huge part of who I am and who I was as a child and my whole upbringing. So to be able to get back into dance, do it in film, and do it in New York City with the best dancers in the whole world, and with John M. Chu, who's now one of the biggest directors in the world.
One of the biggest directors in the world.
Yeah, I was just too fortunate. It's sometimes you wonder, how was I that lucky? And
it's one of the biggest dance. It is the biggest dance franchise in the history of dance films.
Yeah,
it's cool, and you're the lead in it. I actually just reached out, because after I watched it yesterday, I reached out to Rick to see if I can get Rick to come on the show too. I think it's a lot of fun. I just did it, so we'll see if he responds or not. But I think it's cool. Okay, so here's something I like to ask all the different actors and actresses that come on, and it's a 3-part question.
Okay.
So the first part is bucket list. Male and female actor you haven't had an opportunity to work with that you would like to work with, and they could be living or dead. They don't even have to be alive. And then if you could have ever been in any movie that's ever been made, what movie would you like to be in? Would you have liked to have been in?
Right. Better grab it.
Okay, so we'll start with the bucket list thing. This one's just out there, but it is top of the list. I want to go to space and see the world from the perspective of being in the outer atmosphere. I just want to do it to understand more about the universe and how the world works, and to know, how it all runs. That
actually can happen. That's actually possible too. That can happen.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be happening soon. Okay.
I agree with you.
Just gotta,
you like that too.
I would like that also, because you know why? It would be like going home.
That's right.
I really do feel we came from another planet. We did.
100%. I am exactly.
We are the alien.
That's right. And I think that is home. And we're just visiting here and having an experience.
He agrees with you.
Yeah. And, you know, we're not, you know, bodies with a soul. We're souls with a body. Like, I do believe consciousness lives on forever and you can't kill energy. And I think that that is forever where our home is. And I would just love to go out there and see, you know, the world the way it is.
Me too.
I think Elon Musk is going to make that possible for people, and it's going to happen not that far off. So I think that's something that could happen.
Yeah, but I'm too old to go in a rocket.
Yeah, I really want to do that. That would be phenomenal. Who would I want to work with if you could just throw anyone in front of me tomorrow? That's a big call. There's so many great people.
You can give me a couple if you want.
I've always really loved Ben Foster.
Yeah.
Who?
Ben Foster.
Who's that? Do I know?
I don't know if you do. I do. He's the X-Men.
That's like, he's obviously one of the best actors, I think, on the planet, but he's kind of underrated. Like, he goes under the radar.
Very underrated.
Yeah, really underrated. And you just sort of watch him and go, this guy is phenomenal. Like, he should be leading everything. He should have his own TV series. He should be, I don't know. I just think he's absolutely phenomenal. So I'll throw him out like as top of the list because
I'm a big superhero movie fan, and so he's in the X-Men. But he also did a movie with Chris Pine for Hell and High Water or something like that. I'm not sure but he's a phenomenal actor, and nobody's ever picked him, so that's a good one. No. I like it when people pick new people. Give me a female.
And don't say Meryl Streep.
Oh, God, a female. Let's see. Maybe some like... I wish I watched like more, to be honest, because I'm one of those people that like sit down and my guilty pleasure is reality TV.
Okay.
So, names don't really come to mind very quickly because it's not like I can go, I'm in the middle of watching this cool series right now. Like, I'm not. I'm in the middle of watching Love Island. Do you know what I mean?
So you guys get all the American reality shows there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all over the world.
No, because we don't get her series over here. We don't get the ones that she's on. We don't.
No, because America doesn't allow it. That's the mistake.
Yeah, you haven't had
export, but we don't import. Now we will maybe with Trump because he wants.
I like that show, The House of Villains, or something. I don't know exactly the name of it. It's like The House of Villains or something. I watched. So someone recently asked me if I would like to start producing reality TV shows. And I said yes, but I don't watch them, except for singing shows. Matter of fact, that's how I knew you were singers. I worked for a large independent record label for 25 years, and I would like scour all the shows like The Voice and American Idol and Australian Idol and all the thing, looking for people to bring onto the record label. And that's how I stumbled across the fact that you were a singer back in the day. That's actually how I discovered who you were back in the day.
Wow, that's awesome.
But I started watching some reality shows just to see, if it's something I could do, and I probably will do it. But then I got funding for a bunch of films, and so then I was just like, I'm going to keep going with the films. I know what I'm doing there.
Yeah. Stay in your lane. Know it. Go.
What you my lane, but I still will go back to it. But like, okay, well, like,
have you ever played in a space movie, Outer Space?
No.
Me neither, and I want to.
Let's do that. Then we might get our opportunity to go out,
No, I want to play. I want a space gun. I have to have a space gun. And I want to shoot.
He loves Flash Gordon, first of all. He loves Flash Gordon.
You don't know who Flash Gordon was.
Do you know who Flash Gordon is?
Well, you're going to know because they're bringing his character back. He is the invader of the universe. Flash Gordon goes all over and fights Emperor Ming, who wants to destroy planet Earth. No, it's a wonderful
comic.
It
was a TV show when he was a kid, and then in the 80s they redid it.
It was a comic strip. Well, now they're doing it again. So producers out there, I would be so happy, even a little part, I don't care, to be in that movie, to be in a Flash Gordon movie.
Let's come up with a good script, and I'll get it financed.
I could die happy. No, I could die happy. Want to see an old man die happy? Put me in a Flash Gordon movie.
That's got to happen. That and going into space. There you go. You leave up this side of
it could happen. Yeah. No, I think that we've done it with zombies. We've done it with vampires, certainly with werewolves. And I think now it's time to go back to space.
Yeah.
Don't you? Rocket movies. I love rocket movies. I love them.
Let's go.
Like Rocket to the Moon. That was 1950 when I was a kid, 10 years old. Oh, my God. I only wanted to go in the screen and go on that rocket and go with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it started with the Jets.
I love outer space. I love outer space.
we'll find some kind of script to work it out. Actually,
That'd be great.
Have you done any werewolf? Have you done a werewolf movie? I'm working on a werewolf movie soon, and I'm going to actually pitch you and see if they would like you, because I would love to have you in something. It would totally excite me.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. I have not done a werewolf movie. I do have 2 sets of fangs, custom.
Oh, there you go.
From Horror Show Jack.
There you go. I love it.
And guess what? They cast me as, guess what? A detective.
He's always a detective or a policeman or something.
I'm always a cop or gangster.
He's playing a gay vampire, though, soon as the lead in a gay vampire.
That I'm excited about.
That will be fun.
But no, not a fun gay, not a faggy gay, not a effeminate man. I'm playing it very manly. My daughter doesn't know I'm a vampire, and then she finds out. So I take her to another enchanted land to teach her what it's like being a vampire. Wonderful script. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. Different script, an interesting script. And she wrote some very, very, what I like, poetic dialogue, some almost 1945 sounding dialogue from the movies of my day. I have to be careful not to make it corny. So if I don't do it corny, it's going to be wonderful. This film is a challenge because I've never played a vampire. And I'm not playing it like any other vampire ever.
So wait, let's go back to my question, though. So a movie, then. Let's pick a movie. If you could have ever been in any movie ever made, do you have a favorite movie? Like, what movie would you have liked to have been in?
Favorite. I mean, look, I wanted to be in a chorus line. I'm not going to lie.
I love a chorus line. I've seen the movie 100 times. I know all the songs.
All of them. And
Michael Douglas and Michael, I mean, I would love to work with Michael Douglas too.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Oh, who wouldn't? I'd love to work with Michael Douglas. And, I always had the dream of playing Val, the girl that sings Tits and Ass.
Yes.
She's iconic. She is my childhood hero, that role. And I would just literally perform that song from the age of about 6 inappropriately with apples stuffed down my bikini top. And, with the bottoms pulled up like a G-string up my butt, and I would prance around the pool. And I don't know what the neighbours would have thought when you've got this young child walking around singing Tits and Ass. I mean, I don't even think that's legal these days.
It's probably not.
But that was my whole every single day, me and my cousin would perform that on repeat. And it was just like my dream to be in that show. It was my absolute dream. So if they remake a chorus line, I want to do it. I want to do it. That the remake of a chorus line is where it's at. And I get back into dancing. It's also a singing role. I've never done a role where I get to sing. I've always wanted to do a musical film for that reason, so I can bring into, the mix, the song and dance. Because everyone's always asking me, when are you going to do another dance movie? And it's like, I don't think I can after Step Up 3 was.
Well, aren't you in the movie, the dance movie?
I can't do that.
Aren't you in the dance movie we just saw?
The star of it.
You're the star of it.
Yeah, but that movie is from 2010, right? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not now.
14 years ago.
Oh, I thought it was new.
No.
14 years ago. Could you do it? I mean, you look like you stayed in shape. I follow you on Instagram, which you guys can follow her on Instagram. She's
I have a better idea. Contact Michael Damian and tell him who you are.
We'll contact him.
And he does. We'll contact him. But Michael Damian is a very famous person, by the way, in case you don't know who he is. He was a soap opera star for years.
Put in a good word.
Yes, we can put in a good word. He just did 2 movies with Lindsay Lohan, but he did this movie called High Strung and High Strung.
And they're like your movie. They're like your movie. There's one subway scene where the choreography is outrageous. You have to see his movie. The way they're doing rap and sort of spinning around as well as ballet. It's a beautiful.
You should actually watch it as a dance lover. You will actually like it. It's called High Strung.
High Strung. You will.
And the guy who's in it,
I was a ballerina for 20 years before I got into any hip hop stuff. Like ballet was my thing. My grandmother actually was the youngest ballerina in Australia in 1945 when she was like 14 to be offered a scholarship in England. And they put her on a boat and shipped her off to England at 14, where she was in the ballet company for years. And then it was her kind of talents with dance that bled through the next generation, my mum, and then, I've picked it up. So ballet was just a huge part of my life and of my family's life and career. And I would love to do, a film like a Black Swan type role, like a very ballet.
Great movie. Yeah. All right. So you guys follow Sharni on Instagram, Sharni Vinson. Check out all of her different works. We want to thank you for coming on because we're out of time, but I'm so excited to have you on. And I'm definitely going to pitch you for some stuff and see if we can get you over here. I would love to work with you. But congratulations on a wonderful career, and thanks for being such a great guest. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. It was an absolute pleasure meeting you guys. And
we'll see you soon when you're in LA. Yeah. All right. Thank you. See you at the movies. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. I'm glad you enjoyed our guests. I had a great time also, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.
Can try not to be so wrong. Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. So come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.